Are you ready for a major change in U.S. immigration policy? President-elect Trump is gearing up for stricter measures in 2025, and this time, the focus is on deporting those already living in the U.S. and not just border security. What does this mean for undocumented immigrants? Let's break it down. Welcome to the Travel Tree YouTube channel, your go-to spot for important updates. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any upcoming videos and early notifications. Hey there, Travel Tree family. Today, we're diving into the new immigration plans that President-elect Trump is rolling out for his next term in 2025. Unlike his first term, which focused heavily on building a border wall, this time, Trump is putting a strong focus on what's happening inside the U.S. He wants to tackle the issue of undocumented immigrants already living here. This includes big changes, like expanding detention centers and reintroducing controversial policies that could impact millions of people. Let's dive in and explore what's coming next. 1. Expanding detention and deportation efforts. Trump's team is planning to expand detention centers across the country. These will likely be built in big cities where there is a higher concentration of undocumented immigrants. The goal is to detain more people and speed up the deportation process. To make this happen, they're already identifying areas where they can increase capacity and looking at executive actions that could be put into place right after Trump takes office. It's a huge plan to ramp up deportations at a national level. 2. Key policies under consideration. Trump's team is considering bringing back some of the strictest immigration policies from his first term. These include: Remain in Mexico. This program forces migrants to wait in Mexico while their immigration cases are processed in the U.S. Instead of being allowed into the country, they must stay across the border. Revised asylum rules. The administration wants to tighten rules around asylum seekers, making it harder for people to claim asylum in the U.S. Ending protections for migrants. This would end programs like humanitarian parole that allow certain migrants to stay temporarily for safety or other reasons. Mandatory detention. Trump may push for an executive order that would make it mandatory to detain migrants, stopping the practice of releasing them due to overcrowding in detention centers. 3. The role of private and local detention facilities. To handle the increased number of detainees, Trump's administration is looking at building new detention centers, particularly in larger metropolitan areas. Private companies like CoreCivic, which manage detention centers, are preparing to expand their services. Additionally, local county jails may be used to house undocumented immigrants, adding even more capacity for detention. 4. Funding and legal challenges. To fund these major changes, Trump might declare a national emergency or reallocate funds from other government programs, similar to how he used military resources for the border wall in his first term. However, this could lead to legal challenges, as it did before, especially when it comes to using Pentagon funds for immigration enforcement. 5. Leadership and key figures. Several key figures will be involved in making these plans a reality. Tom Homan, a former senior ICE official, Homan will be appointed as Trump's border czar, and is known for his tough stance on deportations. Stephen Miller, a hardliner on immigration, Miller will take on the role of Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy and oversee immigration enforcement decisions. Kristi Noem, South Dakota's governor, Noem, is expected to lead the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, and help implement these strict immigration measures. 6. Focus on interior enforcement. In his first term, Trump's focus was mainly on securing the border. In 2025, however, his administration will focus more on what's happening inside the country, specifically, addressing the undocumented immigrants already living here. Early actions will likely include executive orders that target people who are already in the U.S. without legal status, instead of just preventing new arrivals. 7. Historical context and expectations. During Trump's first term, over 1.5 million people were deported. While that's fewer than the deportations under President Obama, Trump's goal for his second term is to significantly ramp up those numbers. The plan is to increase deportations through stricter policies, more detention space, and quicker processes. These changes will be some of the first actions that Trump's new administration takes in 2025. Conclusion. So, what's the bottom line here? The Trump administration is preparing for a much tougher approach to immigration in 2025. This includes expanded detention facilities, large-scale deportations, and a return of controversial policies like Remain in Mexico and mandatory detention. These actions are expected to significantly change the landscape of U.S. immigration enforcement. However, expect strong pushback from immigrant advocacy groups and possible legal challenges to many of these measures. There's a lot of debate about how effective and humane these changes will be. What do you think about these plans? Will they help solve the immigration issues, or do they go too far? Let us know in the comments below. Remember, if you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time here on Travel Tree, your source for the latest news and discussions.